All right, welcome back to Return of the Revenge of the Rise of the Vengeance of the Obra Dinn, Chapter 2, Reloaded.
Attack of the Clones.
What?
What, isn't that... Did I take it too far? One step too far?
What clones?
God damn it. It was a Star Wars joke.
Yeah, I fucking wish there were Obra Dinn clones.
What do you think all these bodies were? Maybe it's a sci-fi thing. You don't know.
No, I'm just talking about. I'm just talking about the way
it.
that, like, certain games invent new genres and then get clones. Can we?
Oh, right.
Where's my Obra likes?
It's true, actually. I mean, this game is basically those logic puzzles. Did you ever do those in elementary school where you have...
Did I ever do that? Matt, I continued to do them well into my adult life.
But you know what I'm talking about, right? It looks like a crossword puzzle
Yes.
grid, and it's got the clues and the left hand on the columns and the rows, and you got to X them out.
A friend gifted me a book a year or so back that was literally just a whole bunch of those sorts of logic puzzles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right, though, right? Like, that's what this is the video game form of those.
But it's more engaging because it's not just... It can't just be solved on a grid. You actually do have to pay attention to your eyes and all that sort of stuff. It's like the pipe that we traced through that last episode.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So where should we get started today?
First of all, special challenge to viewers. Guess how many weeks it's been since we last recorded. We'll let you know at the end. If we remember. We won't.
It may become immediately obvious when I start going through these clips.
Right. So I vote start at the end of the Doom, work backwards.
Okay. I had just pulled up the Doom, so that's fortuitous.
We had previously started working our way forwards through the Doom and making some progress, but since it's been, 6 weeks, has it been that bad? I don't even know anymore. See, that was a trick. I actually have no idea how fucking long it's been. I think starting at the end and working backwards will actually be a pretty good way to get back into the swing of things.
So this is one of the only chapters with like a special disappearances tab at the end,
a whole bunch of them. Several others also do.
Right. Okay. So 7 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter.
Yep.
Got it. So does this mean that they during or after?
During.
Do you know what I mean? Okay,
during.
So it's not necessarily that like after this, but unseen to the camera.
What that means is that their corpses are not on the ship.
Right. Got it.
So whatever happened to them, they were off the ship before it happened. Right.
And if I'm remembering correctly, the Doom took place over several seconds, right? Like this whole chapter.
The first two are a little slower, but the last several happened very, very, very quickly. Like a couple of minutes, I would guess. Anyway, you want to start by going to the corpse of Abigail Witterell, which is in the captain's cabin. Actually fairly close to where you're standing.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that then. And why do I want to start there?
Oh, wait, never mind. You moved around. Because that is the last part of the Doom. And my advice is work backwards through the Doom. In the order you first saw it, basically. But you'll be able to do a lot more with it now. Nope.
Is this the captain's quarters, though?
I mean, it is, but she's on the bed.
The bed.
The bed.
Where is the bed?
This is a true puzzle.
Is this the one?
Yes.
Did I win?
Your prize is you get to play the game.
Did you seriously have that memorized? That's crazy.
This is one of the really, really memorable ones, to be fair.
Yeah, this was really memorable.
Yeah.
For sure.
So.
Okay.
Now you have no time pressure. Just kind of look around and see what's what.
Right. So this is an officer shot by a gun, so we got him locked in. But so their bodies are not on the ship in the end game that we're in, but they are in these sequences.
Yes, at some earlier point they were all on ship.
Right. Okay. Killed, but we don't know by who, so that doesn't seem like that's...
Yeah, because he doesn't die here.
Okay,
so I will save you some easy deduction. These two women that you're looking at are the two remaining unidentified women on the ship.
Okay.
You may find it useful to go figure out what their two names are going to be.
Okay, good point. So there's Emily Jackson and Miss Jane Bird.
Correct.
That seems promising.
Yep.
Because they're not dressed like they would be members of crew. And also, are there any female members of crew?
There are not, and that's why I didn't feel bad about spoiling it. These are literally the last two women.
Right.
So one of them is Emily Jackson. One of them is Miss Jane Bird.
Okay.
It is possible, although I would not necessarily expect you to be able to do it, but it is possible to identify which one is which right here and now.
Yeah, I was just skimming to see if one of those names was like, married to an officer or a captain or something like that. But I don't see that here, although granted many names are blacked out of this list, so I'd have to go into it from a different way.
Yeah, you'd have to look at the manifest.
Okay. And let's see, from this, Abigail. So here's the two unknown women. She's dancing with the man who was decapitated. They're not like hanging out with the officers in this drawing.
Nope, they're not especially.
So they don't... I think my hunch that they might be, or my hope rather, that they might be married to some crew member is probably wishful thinking. But I guess I could check pretty quickly, though.
But I was talking about, like, in this scene, in the vignette, it is possible to identify them. But it's one of the game's best. Puzzles is the wrong word, but...
subtleties, maybe?
Yes. So I'm not going to give you any other hint beyond saying it's possible.
Interesting. Well, I mean, there's... Clearly one of them is more in charge of the situation out in front. I don't know if you could tell anything by age.
Not with confidence,
older,
no.
But not with confidence. Or dress. I was able to get behind them.
Huh.
Okay, fair enough. I'll keep that little note filed away. Let's see what else we can see.
By the way, have you figured out why the sky is white?
No. Oh, are we in the middle of a lightning strike?
Yes, we are.
Interesting.
I don't know if you can see the lightning, but you can reason it because
there's that other sequence.
There's been lots of nighttime sequences, and the nighttime sky is dark.
The attention to detail here is pretty crazy.
Yeah. And that's just a little thing that makes the Kraken tentacles more dramatic the first time you see them. And you don't even understand that that's abnormal because this is the first nighttime scene you will see in the game.
Right.
So it's rewarding on second pass. Oh, that's an interesting tableau right there that you've got.
Yeah, I was trying to see if there's anything I can intuit out of this because, for example, this guy's just totally unknown. And he doesn't... I was thinking maybe he's like entangled on his spear and then this tentacle withdraws and he gets pulled into the ocean. But it doesn't seem like he's entangled in any way. Seems like he would just release the spear.
Is he one of our disappearances?
Let's check.
You may have to go into the disappeared in the Doom. Yes, he is. So he will not... He disappears at some point between this scene and the next chapter.
Right.
So it is possible that, in fact, he gets tangled up or something. We know he doesn't make it out, if that makes sense.
Well, in the next chapter, we don't know what it is, the bargain.
But we do know that he disappears before the bargain.
Right. Whatever that is. And then the escape. So there's plenty of time after this.
Oh, my fucking God.
So what do you think happens to him? I mean, I guess we have to know. We must be able to figure it out from this scene. This is the last
I don't know. Like, what else are you going to do? Just, like, flip open random pages and read random dialogue?
Would that be helpful? I could do that. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what do you see about this scenario? Now you have to start looking at, more than just individual people. You have to start looking at what's going on around them. So
I'm guessing that... So their bodies aren't on the ship. And there's a wave crashing over the ship. And they're on the top deck. So maybe everyone who's on the top deck gets washed away in the wave and drowns?
That's not likely. Because there are several people up here who do survive.
Okay. I mean, because this guy, I get, right? Like, he's entangled in this arm thing here.
And who is he? Does he die here?
Check mark.
Yeah. So when does he... Where do we see his death, though?
The Escape Part 1.
Yeah. Where we saw him sitting, missing his arm in a chair.
Your mate was torn apart. Rudiment. I mean, is this the clue? Like, are they saying your mate, Verdiment, and he was torn apart?
Verdammt is basically...
Damn it.
Yeah.
I thought it might be. I realized that as I was saying it. Okay. The squid, where's my Frenchman? Well, so where's my Frenchman might be a clue as to this guy's identity who's here with us. The Escape is the chapter right after the bargain, so it is the very next thing. Mm-hmm. We do see him in the very next moment.
Yep. Yeah, this Escape can't be long after the Doom, because he is still bleeding out from losing his arm.
Right. And this is the bosun, and he says, "Where's my Frenchman?" Now, did we identify his Frenchman earlier? Let's see. Yeah, because this is just he's a topman based on his
I believe what
dress.
You did is you noticed that the bosun's mate was the only French person, and thus that had to be the bosun.
Yeah, exactly. So this is not the bosun's mate. Oh, no, this could be, if this guy's French. Well, let's check. Did I find the bosun's mate in my manifest yet?
The bosun's mate is listed in the manifest. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So did I already identify that individual?
Oh, I see what you're asking.
No, and from France. So I'm going to say that that's this guy, because he's saying where's the Frenchman and what happened to the squid, and just moments before he's hanging out with this guy.
Okay,
let's try it. This game's all about taking risks. But then what did happen to him?
Well, you
found out here in this next chapter, right? In this dialogue, your mate was torn apart. So that's got to be it. Torn apart by a terrible beast.
Okay.
I'm doing it.
All right.
We don't see it happen, but it's kind of implied.
Well, he's a disappearance, so yeah, we don't see it happen. If you're correct about who he is, then you're also correct about what happened to him.
I mean, it makes sense that they would be together.
Yes, it does.
And he's asking what happened to his mate is the next thing he's asking, so... Yeah, I mean, that seems like a safe risk to take. I'm taking it. And we got this guy taken care of. We know her. Oops. This guy... but we don't know how he died.
No, we don't have a death. We don't have a death page for him.
What does that mean?
That means he's going to be somewhere in the remaining chapter. There's a few people that we're not going to get pages for.
Because we don't know what happens in the bargain.
Exactly.
Okay. Killed with a sword by an unknown attacker. Perished in the escape part 2. Okay,
I mean, you could look at there at some point and see if you figure out. You'll be going back through everything, and maybe you'll now I know who that person swinging the sword is. But for now, I suspect, unless you want to stare at the two ladies and in frustration some more, there's not much more you can do in this specific vignette.
Okay. Well, let me just quickly check here. So I've got this. She's in. Oh, she didn't even disappear until the escape.
Correct.
Interesting. So let me go back to these people who disappeared and just see if I can familiarize myself with them.
Go back to part 7 of the Doom.
Okay.
And by which I mean leave this memory, go back to the memory in part 7, unless you want to, puzzle the women out. Or did we look on the top deck already? Was there anything up there of note?
I don't think you can get up there. Oh, there's this guy. Okay. Well, this guy seems like I think I know what happens to him. Disappeared in the Doom.
And we currently see him getting hung by his leg from a tentacle.
So, do you think that's going to be drowned?
This is one of those places where I suspect the game will be very lenient with you.
I'm going to go with drowned.
Okay.
Drowned by beast.
Let's take one more look around the top deck, make sure there's nothing else we just didn't notice.
Yeah.
I think the other staircase you can get up.
You cannot.
Oh, really? Can't walk over a tentacle? Man, it's not like it's moving. Okay, then. Then I'm gonna...
But it's a good point to look up.
Yes.
Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go back a chapter.
I don't remember off the top of my head where the entry to part 7 is, so you may need to look in your book for that. Oh, yes, he's lying, go out and look for the torso on the deck.
Oh, boy. Gruesome. Okay.
That'll do it.
That one looks good. 7? Yep. What a good sequence.
Yep.
So visceral. Okay. Who else are we working with in this scene? Third mate, but we don't know how he died.
Yes, yeah, we just saw him in the last memory.
Yeah. What's this guy holding? A lantern, maybe?
That or a bottle.
Okay.
Or a bag, maybe.
Unknown topman disappears in the Doom. This is one of the ones that we're trying to find out what happens to. Okay.
Which, since nothing is happening to him right here, it means we probably missed him somewhere in the last scene.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was looking around, but I guess, okay, so now we know where he is. He's near this tidal wave that's about to crash over.
True. So maybe if we had looked more carefully at the wave, we would have seen a figure being carried away in it or something like that.
It's weird that this has the glow effect on it. The little pig.
Yeah.
Okay. These two are throwing guns. Torn apart. Got him. Officer.
How many officers do we still have to identify?
Oh, well, there you go.
Well, there's 2.
Oh. And you believe that, because sometimes in those logic puzzles, you have to make a guess and then prove it right or wrong. But you think that you don't necessarily have to make guesses here? Like, we'll just figure this out?
I think we can be fairly... Well, okay, the purser is like the accountant. He's not going to be wearing a fancy hat. I say this guy is probably one of those 2 mates.
Right, and the gunner's mate, like, he's throwing a gun. Literally throwing a gun to a man.
Yeah.
Surgeon mate would be a I mean, this might be an all-hands-on-deck situation, but I actually don't think that it is. Like, oh, shit, there's some bodies over there to pay attention to.
Yes.
I think I totally missed that the first time.
You absolutely did. I don't want to say you're designed to, but, like, there's so much in these scenes.
Right, because where does it start? It starts you here, looking up here.
Yep. It's just you're looking down. It's like you said just a moment ago. Like, you don't tend to look up.
Yeah, I guess it was possible if you had looked over here, but even then, it's like you wouldn't see it immediately. Yeah.
Now the question is, who are they? Because you definitely can't.
All right, I'm doing it though. We've got it narrowed to 2, and I'm reasonable. I mean, based on his position here too. And that hat, he's right next to the gunner.
Hey, all right, I'm sold. Do it.
Hey, that's usually a good sign.
Yep. Hey, I'm shooting you a quick Wikipedia link.
Let me pull that up.
And then go take a look at the bosun's mate, who we now know for sure to be the bosun's mate.
Okay.
He's in this scene. I think you're actually standing relatively close to him. He's pulling the rope somewhere.
He was this guy, right?
Nope, that's not the bosun's mate. The bosun's mate is a sort of bald dude in the whitish shirt.
Pulling this rope?
Nope, he's near the center of the ship.
This guy, maybe?
No. Dude, you literally just saw him. There. Him. Go around. So you see that? And then you see the Wikipedia link I sent you to the,
pulling it up right now. I got it.
Mariniere.
Loading. Oh, interesting. Okay. So that is what a French striped sweater.
That is what a French seaman or sailor rather would have worn in roughly this time period, and he is in fact the only Frenchman aboard the ship.
Oh,
so if you know your naval history, you can ID this dude literally from his clothing in the picture.
Wow. But since the 19th century, it's also been a characteristic part of the Russian Navy uniform. I'm just being a Wikipedia snob now.
Yeah,
wow, that's really cool. Okay. Good find. So, we were right about this guy. Checking that out. And now let's dig into these folks.
I'm fairly sure you can't see them here, but maybe
going earlier.
Exactly.
Okay, so I want to go later and see what happens to this guy with the bottle. And then I want to go earlier and see what happens to those 3 guys. Okay, let me go later and deal with this guy first.
Okay, doke.
I'm going to forget to do that if I don't do it right now.
True, although you still, identifying the Chinese top men is quite difficult.
Well, we'll see. Okay, so back in here. I just clicked my left joystick in to try and sprint. There's no sprint in this game.
No. IDing the Chinese top men, I was definitely not smart or observant enough to do it without brute forcing.
Interesting.
I am, as always, fairly confident it can be done, but I failed.
Huh.
Yeah, that's Maba. Remember, if you click that, it would take you straight to the previous part.
Got it. So, what happened to our guy who was here with the bottle?
Was he here or at the other end?
I'm pretty sure he was at this end. I think he was right here. Do you think I'm wrong?
No, I think you are right. I think you're right.
Maybe we can't see it? Like, is he too far this way?
I mean, I guess, do we just look up? Is he in the tentacle somewhere way up high?
Damn, now I wish I'd paid more attention to exactly where he was. But I feel like on the last scene,
you're right.
It let you go further over.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it just kind of, it put a generic, drowned by a beast? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you can't see him, you can't see him. But I think you're right about where he was. Well, you can just go back directly back into Maba's memory.
Via this?
Yeah. And double check your positioning on that. You might be right that we can't get to where he was.
Yeah, because here's this thing. Oh, no, he was right on the other side of this.
Alright, then, Yep, then he's just gone. So, probably the beast did him somehow.
Yeah. It seems a little inelegant, though. I expected more. We're probably missing something.
Yep.
Because the rest of this is so well put together. But,
leave it for now, maybe.
Well, I'm just gonna... It's still unknown, but I'm gonna say drowned.
Okay. I'm sure
there's a giant wave crashing over here, and he's not in the next... Like, a second later, he's missing.
Yeah.
And if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Okie dokie. I think you can jump straight from here to the previous part. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Do you remember where it would have been? Is it this? Yeah, there it is. That's 6. It's a weird effect.
Yep.
Get to the main bit, quick!
Well, we know what happened to that guy. Knifed unknown.
He was the dude who cried mutiny and then got stabbed and then spent like 4 scenes crawling into a room in the escape.
I'm kind of surprised that he survived this, though.
Yeah. Well, do we know anything about the person who died here? I don't remember how much data we already have on him. Oh, we know exactly who he was. Okay, cool.
But we were looking for this little boat.
Excuse me.
So what the hell, man? Where's the boat?
Well, look off to the sides. Maybe it's not airborne yet.
Oh, shit. Are they that fucking clever?
I also don't remember what side the boat was off of.
Yeah, you might be right about that, too. Oh, there we go. I see one person. But I don't see what else is happening here. Well, let's see what we can figure out here. Well, we know who this is. So I'm gonna do drowned. Beast. Disappeared in the doom.
Yep.
Okay. But where's my boat? I mean, unless they're implying that these people are going up to... No.
No.
Interesting.
The boat's... You can't see it off in the water anywhere?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Curious.
Oh, hey, let's look up. Are there
curious?
other people above us we can see? No. Okay.
Yeah, but that's annoying because I thought we were really onto something with that boat.
We're not done.
Okay.
If you climb up on the benches, can you climb up on the benches?
Can't. I can climb up on these things. I'm just trying to see if there's like a tiny little pocket where you can see it.
All right. Probably not. I don't think that's how the game rolls.
But maybe, there's just going to be 3 unknown people who disappear in the Doom. And
yeah,
that's going to be the 3
true.
people on the boat.
If there are 3 leftover unknowns, then that would do it.
So 1 met an unknown fate. There's 3 who met an unknown fate.
Okay, then I guess those are our boat drowners. I bet if we keep going back, we'll see some kind of confirmation, though. No. He's the one who was left on board the ship that we couldn't... But, he was not on the boat.
Right.
But yeah, given what we saw, I think it's totally reasonable to say that these 3 dudes...
And this guy, we already know he drowned. We just don't know who he was.
Yeah, well, we know he was on deck, and then a wave was coming, and then he was not on deck. So we did have 3 people unaccounted for, and 3 people falling out of a boat. So it is perfectly reasonable to assume that those line up.
So I guess what we should do is try and figure out who these people are from their other memories.
Yeah, I would keep going backwards in the Doom. I'm wondering if you might find any further hints to them.
Okay. So if we're remembering correctly, there should be another shortcut backwards from here.
Maybe. I don't remember when it goes. Try going below decks.
I love that. That's so funny.
Go below decks. There's people coming up with guns. They might...
You might not be able to.
Oh. Then I don't know. Oh, yeah, because the first time through this... Well, go. Yeah, so leave this, go back to part 5? Yeah, part 5.
All right, let's give it a try.
And just see if you can see anything from part 5. It's going to be below decks.
Do you know exactly where? Or let's see.
Crushed by the cannon. It's an actual physical corpse on deck.
Ah, the rain. So calming.
No. It was... I want to say actually at the far... I want to say it was at the far other end of this deck. It was at the stern. Because I think that's the... I think it's that dude under the cannon. The actual physical corpse with flies underneath the cannon. Behind you. There. I think that's who we're looking for.
Dang, you're good at this.
Whatever, we don't care about the cannon tomfoolery. Our question is, can we get back up topside or see a boat through a window? That would be fun too.
That's what I was just thinking.
Oh, that's clever. But I don't know if it's useful, but it's clever.
Ha! I like that. He's not useful, but he's clever. Too clever for our own good, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if we can go up top. But it is weird that there was no trace of the boat at all.
I wonder if you keep going further back, if it's visible out the window in one scene or something. But at this point, that's not even useful, because we need to figure out the identities of those people, not that they were on the boat. We think we've got that they were on there. Okay, I think we have gotten as much accomplished by going backwards through the Doom as we can.
Okay. So then let's go to these folks. And I'm going to pick one of the 2s.
Sounds good.
And see what memories is in. I can bookmark them.
Yep.
First memory, page 50.
That's not going to be useful.
That's one with everyone.
Yeah, and like nothing happening.
Soldiers of the Sea.
Hang on, is this one of our midshipmen?
Well,
the dude that you're tracking, is he?
He was unknown, but we might be able to figure that out. I'm just checking to see if there's. I'm looking at the 11 others were present. I'm trying to see if there's like only 3. Yeah, so this is there's not that many people in this one. So this is all we know is drowned beast.
All right, sure, let's do it.
Should we? I mean, why not?
Hang on, can you look at the dude? Can you go to the main picture and look at his photo?
Yeah.
Is he with... No, he's not with the midshipmen. Okay.
Surgeon, helmsman, stewards. He's kind of in an officer-y position. Well, there's midshipmen here.
Yeah, but I think that's all our...
Dressed differently, though, right?
Yeah. I think we've identified all the midshipmen, though.
Well, we can check.
No, we have. Okay. Oh, he's probably a steward, then. One of the stewards.
That's what I was just thinking, yeah, because...
Or the surgeon's mate.
Surgeon's mate is a possibility.
Is he in... Well, okay, is he in the scenes with the surgeon?
So he could be ship's steward. What does ship's steward mean?
I have not any idea. Okay. General purpose steward? I'm sure someone will tell me the right answer.
Fourth mate steward. So
yeah, from his dress, he's got to be somewhere higher up. So, or he could be the purser, I suppose.
Right. So he's standing next to all the stewards.
Right, but he could be the purser too. He's definitely going to be somewhere in the top set. So purser...
Oh, that's actually interesting. I'm just having an observation here. First mate steward, second mate steward, third mate steward. Probably the fourth mate steward.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay, so either ship's steward or purser or surgeon's mate. Is that right?
Surgeon's mate or purser.
Oh.
Under passengers. Yeah, ship steward is possible.
Okay.
Zungi Sathi. Doesn't look like a Zungi to me.
What does a Zungi look like?
I don't know. He looks like more like a James or maybe a Duncan.
I think we'll leave this one be for now. Or rather, we don't have enough. However...
Let's look at his other memories.
Yeah, I was going to say... we are actively tracking him. If he is the surgeon's mate, we'll see him in scenes with the surgeon.
So in this scene, seaman, butcher, fourth mate's steward, midshipman, seaman, carpenter mate, carpenter, and the artist. So. This one, again, just has a ton of people. He's with the surgeon. He's next to the surgeon in the photo.
I know. So that's why I'm asking, does he ever appear with the surgeon?
Well, definitely. He does at least once. Let's see what else we got. There he is again. Yeah, this is seeming pretty likely.
Well, then let's go to one of those memories and see if we see them working side by side.
Right. I'm just doing a quick scan of on the main deck. Yeah, so it's with some of the earlier ones, like this one, in the port walk. Okay, let's go to in the port walk and see. And that's also where the other fourth mate steward is. So
okay.
Yeah, this sounds good. So I need to go outside on the port walk.
Yep.
of the Orlop deck, which is down 2.
Yep. Well, down 1 from where you are.
Okay. But I need to exit this memory, right?
You do, yes.
This is fun.
Mm.
I like this game. I see what the appeal is.
Good. So
and you're right. There really aren't a lot of similar games to it.
None. The port one is one you can only access from this side. No.
I was doing it right.
Yeah. The other one, the starboard walk, you can get into from front or back.
Was it through one of these doors?
Nope.
Okay.
Still no. Still also no. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. You were, other end of the ship.
It is one of the, is the other end?
It is the other end. I'm sorry. I fucked up.
Oh, well, it was random chance with me. I just started walking in a direction. But I'll take the compliment. Let's see.
That would be starboard.
So port is left, so that means we're facing the front of the ship, and we gotta go this way. And here we are on port.
Aye.
Aye. Ahoy. Okay. So we got 2 memories here.
Nope,
or is
just
this
one. Just
Ooh,
one.
Gruesome.
Secure the hold. Someone shoot the damn thing!
Oh, so he's an unknown fate, but we know this
No.
from...
Yeah. Well, we know we got shot, but we don't know by whom.
Oh. Well, it actually just says made an unknown fate, so...
So we didn't even put in...
Shot.
Yeah. The question is, who shot him?
That's a knowable thing, so we can chase that down later.
No,
But-
just look. You just look out the window. Who is shooting him? Someone was trying to shoot the beast, but missed and shot him instead.
Yeah, I remember that.
Can you
did I
see
it
who?
Here?
Ah. That dude in the background there.
Yep. So if I go 1 memory earlier, I could probably figure that out.
Hopefully. Gotta figure out who
Okay.
is that guy.
Because I can't get inside from this, right?
Correct. However, the reason we originally came here is to see whether the surgeon and that person is working with the surgeon or not.
Yeah. And he's in this memory. Well, that might be them, but this is hard to tell.
Yep.
And it's not letting me select them. Oh, there we go. Surgeon.
Dead person.
Yeah. This is not going to be the smoking gun we were
All
looking
right, well,
for.
why don't you jump back to the previous memory? Maybe we can see who the surgeon is working with.
With you on that one. Okay, so let's see. This one is found just inside.
Literally
oil tech?
click your thing right there. There you go.
Hooray!
I've got you. Don't move. I'll get you down.
Okay, so...
I'm
surgeon.
harping on this because I remember distinctly there were scenes where we saw 2 people doing medicine, and at the time we didn't know which one was the surgeon.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So it might actually be more efficient to go back to one of the memories where we know the surgeon was doing medicine and figure out, oh, well, who's with him? Because we can probably positively identify his mate now.
But the guy that I've got, pegged as being his mate is in this memory somewhere.
You don't have anyone pegged as being his mate.
Yeah, I think this guy is his mate.
No, we are asking, that guy is either his mate or the purser or the ship steward.
Right. But my current hypothesis is that he's the surgeon's mate.
All right. Well, where is he?
So I'm trying to find. That's exactly my question. As I'm trying to find him. That's why I'm going to all these people. So indeed, where is he?
Excuse me.
What am I missing?
He might not be in this memory.
It's bookmarked though.
Is it? Oh. Huh. Okay then. He must be in here somewhere. Is he the one literally helping the guy off the wall? No, that's our surgeon.
Surgeon, seaman, carpenter,
gunner,
boat gunner, midship.
And you can't go up. Can you go? Huh. Oh yeah,
Weird, right?
Follow that walk. Maybe you can see something out of.
So this is probably not the memory where you're supposed to figure it out, but it is kind of an interesting, like, you know, he's supposed to be in this memory, but I don't see him.
Yeah, well, go down the other walk. I wonder if you can see something interesting through any of those portals. That's our dying dude. Oh, hey. That's him.
So whose quarters is he in?
Good question.
Let me pull up a map really quick. Does this show my location here? Oh, Purser's office. Well, that's promising.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, that was
one of our... So I think that solves that.
Yeah, that was one of our 3 possibilities.
And he's just barricading the door in here, hiding.
Yep, I guess so.
Like a purser would do. Okay.
Cool,
so...
I'll take it. That is compelling.
You feel compelled.
You skipped him. First page.
Purser.
All right.
3 more? Oh, check us out. Dude, we're straight up killing it here.
Oh, yes, because those are... All right. Well, cool. I think this is as good a stopping point as we're going to find.
Should I do I need to find out who shot that guy through the wall really quick.
Oh, well, yeah. I
should be able to tell that through here.
Do you remember what he looked like? Because you couldn't zoom in on him, and we can't get that far. You might have to go backwards through. This, by the way, took me forever because it actually requires you to visually recognize the person without zooming in.
Yeah, I think it was this guy because I remember thinking that it looked like he wasn't wearing a shirt.
He was wearing all white, it looked like. It could be that guy.
So I've got Nathan Peters. No, but he drowned from a beast.
Later.
Oh, but he could be the killer.
He could. It's not guaranteed that the guy will be in this scene, though, is the problem.
That's true.
So you can go back to the previous scene and see if that dude looks like Nathan Peters by exiting through the door and reactivating the previous one.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling about this.
Look at what Nathan Peters looks like in terms of his in-game model, because that won't change.
But they don't have the ability to crouch.
Oh, come on. I mean, in terms of his clothing and appearance.
Yeah, this is looking pretty similar to the person that I saw.
So he doesn't have
bald head,
sleeveless shirt.
Sleeveless shirt.
All right, well, go back to part 8. You have to exit through the door.
Okay.
And see if you still think that looks like him. No, don't click your watch. Go out through the door, and
I was getting caught on the spider.
You'll be right where you need to be to re-enter.
Okay. Right here?
Yep. That's part 8. Or 7, sorry.
Yeah, that looks right.
Could be...
mean, let me see how hard this guy's portrait is.
That's about how hard
He's a 3-star.
That's about how hard he is to identify, not how hard his fate is to figure out.
What's his name? Davey something? This is making you uncomfortable. Too much of a leap.
No, it's specifically that I'm less sold on the visual similarity than you were. And believe it or not, I genuinely do not remember who that person is. I'm not just lying. One thing I note is that shooter has somewhat distinctive boots. Or rather, his pants cut off in an interesting way down there. So that might be something I would ask about or look for with Mr. Peters.
There's no harm in putting a stub in, though.
I suppose.
I accept that maybe if I get it right, but it was by guess, then it wasn't an authentic, correct answer.
I mean, again, I genuinely do not remember, so I'm not trying to, guide you off a bad choice. I remember how difficult I found this, but not what the actual answer ended up being.
It was Nathan Peters, right? Or was it?
That was the person you believe it to be, Nathan Peters.
I'm going to stub it in. This is what I would do if I was playing solo.
Okay. I think we should call it a night here, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. Well, the hunt for Nathan Peters continues.
The hunt for that dude continues.
The hunt for fourth mate steward Davy James Killer continues.
There we go.
On our next episode of Return of the Obra Dinn, Attack of the Clones. No? Still not with me?
If I... Fine.
All right, I'll see you next week.
See ya. Next week.
Shh. I'm going to edit this out.